Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be on a new knife that I recently picked up. This is going to be the quick overview on the CRKT Swindle. Here's the box. It's your one of your standard CRKT boxes, and as you guys can see right there, that's the model number K240XXP Swindle. Now, when I first saw this knife, I was very intrigued by it, just the design and everything, very innovative, the look, the pocket clip and everything about it, but also because I'm always on the lookout to have different types of knives that serve different purposes. Obviously, this knife is mostly marketed as a gentleman's knife, a very light use, for great for EDC purposes. So at the price point, I couldn't resist to pick it up. So let me go ahead and open it up so you guys can see what it looks like. Comes with some literature in there, the knife itself, which is in this plastic bag, and here you go. Now, at first glance, as you guys can see, it looks very minimalistic, which is really nice. I think that's one of the first things that appealed to me as far as the look of the knife itself. It's got a lot of different curves and a lot of things going on for it, which is another thing that at first glance you're definitely going to like. Now, one of the things that I can tell you is the knife is actually, once you have it in your hand, it feels a lot heavier than when you see it in pictures. And I think that's really good because the knife is so thin, and without a pocket clip, or what I would say a traditional pocket clip on the side, when you grip the knife, you want a little bit of heft in order to to have it sit inside your hand and not fall out when you're using it. Now, the other thing that you're going to notice is the blade is completely encased in the handle. That's something that's really cool too. You're not going to have the blade snagging or anything like that, or if it were to rub or anything like that, you're not going to have the blade rub marks on the blade itself. Now, a couple of specs on this. The handles are stainless steel, but they do have this almost titanium look to them, which I think adds to the actual appeal of the knife itself. But it is stainless steel, so it's not a titanium handle knife. But again, for the price point, anywhere from $30 to $35, you really can't ask for much, but you do get a lot for that particular price point. Obviously, as you guys can see, this is a flipper. There's no thumb studs. Again, the blade isn't exposed to be able to have the thumb studs anyways, but you get the flipper design right there, and it does have the IKBS system, so it actually flips out really nice and smooth, as you guys saw there. This is a modified Warncliffe blade, and the reason that it's modified is because it's not completely straight across. It does have a slight upward swept angle on it. So really cool. I think it lends itself to a lot of different EDC tasks. Again, light usage, but more of a gentleman's style usage. So, if you want to put it into a shirt pocket or into a suit or pant pocket, it'll definitely serve you well in that purpose. This is a Canadian design. Let me see if you guys can see there. Try and focus on that. There you go. Canadian design, and this is the model Swindle, and this is the first production run. Then you get the little IKBS symbol right there. Now, the blade steel on this is HCR 13 MOV. Again, entry-level steel, but easy to sharpen. And again, just based on the usage, I don't foresee using this very heavily. So that's good enough steel for me. The length of the blade itself is 3.2 inches, and the actual weight of the knife is 3.3 ounces. So, like I said, it's a great little EDC blade, especially when you maybe when you want to dress up and stuff like that, and you want to have a nice little blade with you. Now, one of the first things that you will notice, before I get to that, obviously this is a frame lock, really long frame lock on there. Locks up very nice, very tight. No blade play whatsoever. The blade was not as sharp as I would have expected from out of the box, but again, it's pretty easy to sharpen, and it does come to this very acute point on there. So just maybe a couple passes through a sharp maker or something like that will definitely leave it razor sharp. And let me go ahead and close this. Closes really nice, and then the blade again disappears into the handle. Now, one of the key features of this is obviously the pocket clip. Like I mentioned before, it does not have the traditional pocket clip on the side of the knife. Instead, it actually has it on the spine right here. And the pocket clip is it's only a tip-up carry pocket clip, which the majority of knife guys like tip-up carry anyways. And it's a tension, what they call a tension lock. So basically, what you have is you have these two kind of thumb studs with a little bit of knurling on them, and then you just pull it out, and then you clip it in your pants. and since it is tension, it actually will come back on there. Now, at first I was kind of weary about that because obviously one of the purposes of the pocket clip, besides carrying the knife, is actually holding the knife in your pocket. So I did want to see how that's gonna serve that purpose. If there's it's just a slight tension or whatnot, the knife will come out. So unfortunately, I haven't EDC'd this enough to be able to answer that, but I think for the most part, from some of the other videos that I've seen, I don't think anybody's had any issues. The key thing is getting over the fact that it's not clipped sideways in your pocket, but more on the spine of the knife itself. But you do get a little jimping right on top here, which is good because if you do put your finger on it to pull it out, it allows you to have a little bit of grip on there. Now, when you do open the blade, you also have a little bit of jimping right here on the spine. It's not very aggressive. Again, it's more of a gentleman's folder, but it's just enough to where it'll lock your thumb, and then the flipper becomes a finger guard right there, and then you have good control of the knife itself. So all in all, I think it's a great little knife for the price point. As always, I like to roll in another knife for comparison, and I'm going to be bringing this one in. This is the Kershaw Cryo. And the reason that I'm doing this one is because, unfortunately, I didn't have anything that was as slim as this, but I wanted to bring something that has quickly become a staple in a lot of people's collections, so a lot of people really know this. It also has a similar feel. This is a steel handle, but again, it's got that titanium nitride coating on it to make it look and feel more titanium-ish. And it's also a flipper, so I figured, it'll be a good comparison. Obviously, as you guys can see there, you get a little bit more blade with the Swindle than you do with the Cryo. And then just so you guys can see this width difference. Very, very thin all the way through. Alright. And there you go, side by side. Obviously, the ergonomics on this are going to be a little bit different because of that upswept Wharncliffe style blade. But all in all, once you have it and you're cutting, whether you're opening up a package or a box, it's a long blade, so you can definitely bring your finger all the way up here if you do need to, apply more pressure on it and stuff like that, and it'll definitely serve you well. Now, the other thing that I did notice is the blade, the handle itself almost feels a lot heavier towards the back, and it almost feels like it's just a tad wider in the back. And again, this might just be me thinking, but it gives you that feeling that it is a little thicker, so it actually locks a lot better in your hand because of that. I thought that was definitely a plus on there. So there you go. This is the CRKT Swindle. Great little EDC gentleman's knife option. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you.